4 a.m. as we continue, and it is the day of Jummah, and it is Jummah Nasiha, and we need to be kept inspired and motivated. And it is our honorable and respected ulama, alhamdulillah, who provide us with these wonderful advices week after week. More importantly, we need to listen, and also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability to be practical on the wonderful advices that our ulama give us week after week. And this morning, alhamdulillah, from the Fatwa Department of Jamiatul Ulama Natal. Our Jummah Nasiha is with Mufti Moosa Salie. Mufti Saab, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khairan as always for your time and welcome.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته and جزاك الله for having me, Brother Inayat.
Ji, Mufti Saab, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The platform is all yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد and السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته to the listeners. Today in the short time that we have, I want to speak on the importance and the virtue of istikhara, seeking goodness and seeking Allah's guidance. If we look at the topic of istikhara and what it actually means, we say talabul khiyara, that we ask Allah to assist us in making the right decision, and as well as we ask Allah for goodness in the decisions that we make. The Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to constantly emphasize on Sahaba the importance of istikhara and always turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all affairs. That is why we find in Sahih al-Bukhari, Jabir radiallahu anhu, he makes mention that كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يعلمنا الاستخارة في الأمور كلها كما يعلمنا السورة من القرآن. The Nabi of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam would so often instruct us and teach us about istikhara in all our matters, in the same way that he would teach us a surah from the Quran. So we know how much emphasis there was on Quran, the learning and teaching of Quran. And here Jabir radiallahu anhu says that a similar emphasis was placed by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam when it came to the topic of istikhara. Now, why does the person make istikhara? The istikhara is generally made for one of two reasons. The first of those reasons is when a person has a difficult decision in front of them and they are unsure which path to choose, whether to say yes, whether to say no, whether to accept the proposal, whether to reject the proposal, whether to go on a certain business venture or whether to leave it out. So when there are decisions that we have to make, we generally take it for difficult decisions. But the Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught us to see all our affairs and all our decisions as well. But specifically when people, the time they turn to istikhara, more often than not is when a person is about to get married. And even though this is a good practice, it's not the only time that a person makes istikhara when they are choosing or when they have, a proposal that has come to them and they are thinking about whether to accept it or not. It is a right thing and a virtuous thing, but we have limited this great act of istikhara to only a few select items. If we look at the istikhara dua, then we will find that the meaning is so beautiful and so wondrous that here the second reason for istikhara also becomes clear, that one is if a person has already made up their mind and has already made a decision on what they want to do. So there was a decision to make, the person's mind is already made up, and now in regards to the decision, the person still makes istikhara. And this istikhara then is not specifically for asking guidance on the decision, but asking Allah Ta'ala's help, nusra, in making this decision that we have made work for us if it is in our favor, and for Allah to turn this away for us if it is not in our favor. So when we analyze dua for istikhara, then we find the meaning, Allahumma inni astakhiruka bi'ilmik, that we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us through His knowledge. Wa astaqdiruka bi qudratik, we ask Allah to enable us through His power. Wa as'aluka min fadlika al-azim, and we ask Allah for His vast and His benevolent grace upon us. فَإِنَّكَ تَقْدِرُ وَلَا أَقْدِرُ. And in this istikhara dua, there is a humbling of ourselves in front of Allah. There is an acknowledgement of our submission in front of the might and the qudra and the power of Allah. And there is an acknowledgement of our ignorance in front of the wisdom of Allah. So it says, فَإِنَّكَ تَقْدِرُ وَلَا أَقْدِرُ. Oh Allah, you have full power, we have no power. وَتَعْلَمْ وَلَا أَعْلَمْ. Oh Allah, you know everything and we are the ignorant ones. وَأَنْتَ عَلَّامُ الْغُيُوبِ. And you are the knower of the unseen. And then it goes on to say, Allahumma in kunta ta'lam أن هذا الأمر خير لي في ديني ومعاشي وعاقبة أمري فاقدره لي ويسره لي ثم بارك لي فيه. That Allah, if you know that this matter is going to be good for me in my deen, in my life, and as far as the end result of my affairs, then oh Allah grant me the ability to accomplish it. Oh Allah make it easy for me, and oh Allah grant me barakah in it. And oh Allah, إن كنت تعلم أن هذا الأمر شر في ديني ومعاشي وعاقبة أمري, if you know that this matter is going to be bad for me, ill-fated for me in my deen, in my life, as far as the end result of my affairs are, then oh Allah, you turn it away from me and you turn me away from it. So it is actually not just asking for guidance, but it is also an asking of Allah that if I have made a decision but I have made a wrong decision, then oh Allah, save me from the wrong decision I have made. So this is an important sunnah that we should bring back and revive in our lives, not only for the purposes of marriages and for the purposes of very difficult decisions, but in all matters we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we ask His guidance and we ask for goodness in the things that we wish to do. May Allah ta'ala bless us and give us all tawfiq. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Jazakallah khairan so much, and Ameen, Maulana, as always, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you as well, and Allah grant us the ability to act on these wonderful advices, and have yourself a wonderful Jummah, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That was Mufti Moosa Salie, the Fatwa Department of the Jamiatul Ulama KwaZulu-Natal, importance of istikhara, and this one cannot emphasize enough on how important this is, particularly when we have to make certain decisions. The time is just gone, 9 a.m., and shortly we will be joined, Zahid Jedward standing by with the news.
Listen